What's up, guys? Welcome and thank you for being here with us on PS Best Friends, episode 24 for the week of October 24th, 2017. How'd that work out?
Interesting.
As always, we are the PlayStation podcast by the community, for the community. We come to you each and every Tuesday to give you the rundown on all the latest PlayStation news you could possibly need. This week, Activision files a patent you should probably know about. We got some heartbreaking news about Amy Hennig's Star Wars project. And for the first time, we're going to be having a little game to close out the show. I'm your host, Anthony Palm, of course. With us from the streets of Brooklyn, we got Jeffrey Mizrahi.
What up, what up, what up? How's it going?
And also joining us, of course, from Chicago, Miguel Alvarez.
What is up, guys?
Chillin'. You guys been doing this week?
Yes, I took a trip down memory lane, I guess you could say, and went back to my PS3 to play for the first time Bioshock Infinite Burial Part 2, because I never got around to it, and that was always the last little bit of Bioshock I wanted to keep here and never play it. So I could have played it on PC because I have it Steam shared,
Or the PS4.
or the PS4, or where I bought it on the PS3 and have a more complete trophy collection. Did that. Holy shit, man. Y'all remember the shooting with bumpers with R1 and L1?
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy. I kept on instinctively going back to the triggers, even though
They didn't let you remap it?
They could have, but I always play default. And then so I had that. It was interesting. My 3-year late hot take on it is kind of explain something that never really needed to be explained. But it was fun overall. Fun going back to Rapture. Fucking love that place. But then while I had my PS3 booted up, I went back to one of my favorite multiplayers ever, Killzone 2. The first night I played it, it had 3 lobbies. One was Killzone servers. One was Killzone 2017 with 11 people. One was Orbis or some made up word or whatever, with 1 person. And then the last one was Hitler with 3 people. So good to know that's the current state of Killzone 2's online. But then the next night, I actually got a match with 20 people in it. And we were playing Warzone. Damn, that game fucking still looks good. Still has that, the biggest critique at the time. It felt sluggy and slow. Still, crazy. You could feel that. No hit markers was interesting. It had the Halo thing where the only way you know you got to kill is those little noise and it pop up in the ticker. I just thought that was interesting.
Interesting.
But yeah, so 2 PS3 games. Beat SteamWorld Dig 1. Really enjoyed that.
I saw you got that trophy.
Really enjoyed that. Highly recommend it if you've had Plus for a year or two because it was one of those games. And currently playing South Park: The Fractured But Whole. Really enjoying that. Yeah, so Anthony playing Shadow of War, and I this was going to be a toss, but I don't know if it's that important. But I feel what are these noises?
What noises?
Miguel, you hearing that? No?
Miguel's squeaky chair is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shadow War?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, so because my South Park pitch, my recommendation is pretty much, if you like Stick of Truth, you'll like this. If you didn't like Stick of Truth, you won't like this, guaranteed. If you like South Park at all and slightly like RPGs, you'll love this. But I feel that could be also said for Destiny and Shadow of War, where it's if you like the first one, you'll like this one. If you didn't the first one, you won't like this one. Yeah?
So I was actually thinking this before you even brought that up this morning. I was Shadow of War is basically the same game. They just added a lot
just bigger.
more. But there's some quality of life improvements that they added to it that I really enjoy.
Miguel, chill the squeaking.
What do you want me to do, dude? You want to buy me a nice share?
Oil. You know what you're saying?
Yeah, they added a lot of abilities and stuff to Shadow of War that just make traversing a lot quicker. A lot better, I think.
Yeah.
There's a double jump. You can now quick climb up, scale stuff. I'm really liking Shadow of War. I've put some time into it this week. I've been playing it a little bit every night. I've gotten all of the collectibles in the first 3 major areas. I took over the first area. You're supposed to the first fortress that you're supposed to take over. Almost. I have it. What?
You platinum the first one?
No, the first one I played on Xbox One, and I'm only missing 3 or 4 achievements for it.
Same here.
I'm not going to go back to it at this point. But I want to platinum Shadow of War. but there's a couple of trophies that are just kind of they look
online
like
one
bullshit.
is the main one.
But it's like the one where you have to kill a captain while riding a troll. Like that one's gonna be a bitch because I've tried it a couple times and it's not that
I
it's
already got it.
hard; it's that it's happenstance. You know what I mean? Like it's a pain in the ass. So, but I'm really enjoying the game. The improvements to the Nemesis system are so good. Like this game is so.
Yep.
The Nemesis system was good in the first game. It is fantastic in this game, and I find myself just repeatedly just doing Nemesis missions. Just because they're fun. I don't even really care about the story. And the thing I like about this game is that once you progress to a certain point in the story, it's kind of just like, all right, now your objectives are just go take this over. Like go take this area over, do it however you want, instead of forcing you to do like a bunch of like story missions you don't want to do. And the one complaint I have about this game is that when a captain like challenges you, usually they'll like give you like a little line of dialogue. And this game, they talk way too long before you get back into fighting. Like the first game, they'd be like, "Oh, stranger," and then stranger, that's Resident Evil. The Grave Walker, or whatever. They'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you," and then you fight them. In this game, they give you like soliloquies. It's like 4 or 5 lines before you actually start fighting them, and it's like that's a little much for me. Like,
they could just add some just to able to skip it.
That's the thing is like I wish I could just skip it because sometimes
some
it's
of them.
So there's some guys that say things that it's genuinely funny. Like there's this one guy that I fought. He would rhyme every time I ran into him. Like he would say, Now, like stuff like that's kind of cool. But then there's other guys that they're just talking, and it's the most generic. Like I'm gonna kill you, and then I'm gonna kill you more, and then I'm gonna keep talking about killing you.
You'd want to skip it after you died once already, and then we replay it.
No, it's just let you skip the dialogue at all because sometimes they just keep going on and on.
Yeah.
So when you meet a captain, they got like a couple lines they usually say. Like that's the part that sometimes
it'll zoom in on the captain.
Yeah.
It'll say a couple lines, and then you go back to the combat.
And some of them are not that good, and it's like, why can't I just skip it? I just want to fight them.
Yeah, about skipping actually. 4 hours in was like the first time I really died in South Park during a combat sequence, and then when I went to replay it, I couldn't skip the whole intro like cutscene. Like it's like
Kingdom Hearts.
I didn't want to skip the cutscene because it's like a South Park scene. But like the second I was like, ooh, I just died. I'd like to skip this. But that's that. Miguel, what you been playing?
Playing Shadow War 2 a little bit. Fortnite won again. Nice. What else? Oh, Call of Duty Ghost because
so Miguel.
I need to get my Call of Duty in somehow. I'm for whatever reason, it probably because people are playing the good players are playing, the newer games. Because I'm destroying everyone, dude.
You know what it is, by the way? You're probably playing with 5-year-olds because
I don't know, but it's great.
Buying it in the bargain bin or something.
What my friend's younger brother does is he plays PS3 and he plays he's still playing Modern Warfare 3, like he's still playing all the games and he's just like shooting and like he has no idea what the fuck's going on. So I feel like that's who.
Yeah, I have dropped 50 bombs in Team Deathmatch like 3 or 4 times.
Wow,
it's hilarious.
The Moabs, the 25 kill streak ones.
I got 2. Well, it's not Moab. It's the KEN strike. I think
it's a nuke.
Yeah, it's similar, I guess. Yeah, it's like a strike.
I had a friend that he was just broke, so he would just play like Call of Duty from 2 or 3 years ago because he would get it for like $15.
That used to be the case, but I feel like now the reason people are playing the older CODs like Black Ops 3 is because they're just better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Black Ops 3. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And Black Ops 3 is going to still be the game that everyone plays until whatever Treyarch does next year.
Yeah. Because Black Ops 3 is the perfect future one. But also I was playing the long shot. So this weekend, Madden 18 had a free trial. So I'm like, oh, wait, is this the full game? But like it's just limited for a weekend like how other trials are?
That was on the PS4?
Like how the EA Access trials are? It's like 10 hours, full game, 10 hours.
Turns out, though, it's like a trial version of the game because I wanted just to play the story because I heard it's Telltale. And I got like through the first like hour, but then it's like, all right.
And they're like, oh, no, you got to buy it now.
That sucks. My quick pitch on that is super boring. There was about 2 times I played a game, and even then it was pretty much like a QTE version of the game. It's just like.
Oh, it's like, here's a situation you have to make the right call in.
Yeah, it's like, oh, are you gonna pass to X triangle circle? Oh, cool, you passed to the right one. now because you know what it's like. What was that Final Fantasy VII movie? The CG one?
Advent Children?
Advent Children. It's like that, but for sports. Because it's like, why am I watching 30 minutes of a CG cutscene right now? You know? It's like, can I play some? From what I played...
Let me ask you this. Were you
Mm.
expecting to actually play games, or are you just expecting like a story?
I was expecting kind of OG adventure game. So it would be like, I guess, Walking Dead episode 1, season 1, where it's like, here's a story part. Now here's the puzzle part. Like now do some gameplay. Now here's the story part where you make like choices.
Not sure if you know what
Yeah.
it is.
Yep.
No, obviously. But I'm saying for this, the long shot mode.
Yeah, if it's anything like FIFA's The Journey, I was kind of bored with The Journey. It was cool, but it's just like the situation. I don't know. It was just kind of slow.
Play. But yeah, it's pretty much been. I feel like I played a lot of diverse games this week.
Yeah, I've only played Shadow of War and
you touched
started
Destiny this week.
I started a new character because 2 of my friends just got the game. It was actually on sale on Newegg for $40.
Yeah, it was cheaper than that. I think yesterday it was like $34.
It was 30 something, but after tax and shipping.
Yeah.
So I started the Warlock again, and they're slow. So it's like I got up to level 9 within like 2 hours, and they're like still level 4. I'm like, all right, I'll keep that character on pause until they get up to that, and then I'll continue with them. But yeah, I don't know, man. Destiny.
Are you done with Destiny until the expansion?
Nah, they.
Well, apparently season 2 is fixing stuff. Supposedly.
Yeah, they talk about seasons now, and I think even that sounds stupid.
Like they're trying to make it into fucking For Honor.
They're going to change
like just a Ubisoft game
available. But they're also saying, I don't know, there's just so much like hypocrisy in their message. They're saying like, oh, Destiny 2 is a collection game, but here are 50 slots for your shaders, and there are more than 50 in the game, and to dismantle them takes forever, and even if
question. So I'm sure you know more than I do. What happened with Trials of the 9th or something like that?
We'll talk about that in a bit. That's funny. I want to mention that we'll talk about the news roundup.
Oh, I put it in the news. Yeah, I forgot.
Which I guess
leads us to.
I'm wondering. I feel like there was one thing I played. Oh, off system. I played the Project Octopath Traveler. Pretty solid demo on the Switch.
Oh, that I still gotta try that. Yeah.
And besides that,
that's an RPG, right?
Yeah, that's what it's made by the people that made Bravely Default on 3DS. That's one of the games that they showed at the Switch reveal that made me want to Switch.
That Colin laughed at, if you remember, kind of funny.
Well, no, they laughed at the name because Greg was like, "The game looks good. The name is terrible."
It's a really.
Let's just leave the name, dude. Don't even change it.
It makes sense.
At this point, just leave it.
8 characters, but then also after I played Burial at Sea, I went back into BioShock 1 remastered because I have it on Steam, whatever. Oh fuck, that game is so good. It's like such a
great.
Crazy. When you first get in the Batsphere and is it someone new, and then that's reused in BioShock.
And then the spider splicer tears up the bathysphere.
Still scares me. I
remember the first time I played that, I knew exactly where I was. I was in my room.
Why are you spoiling the game for me?
First minute.
But I remember I was like really genuinely scared at that point too. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because I didn't know what the game was like originally. So
the sound is
great opening whole segment. I used to be able to recite the entire narration that Andrew Ryan's.
Yeah.
I used to do the whole thing.
There's a man not entitled. I actually used to know the intro to Killzone 2, Sons and Daughters of Helgon. That's a cool thing. But yeah, let's move on to what now. Time for the Islander Report.
There'll be some news.
Nice. We have 11 items on the list today.
Captain Scott.
First up, if you're in the Facebook group, you saw me post this, facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. Activision has filed a patent for microtransaction-driven system for matchmaking in multiplayer games, as reported by Glixel. The patent was filed back in 2015 and was officially granted to the publisher by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on October 17th. Described as, quote, a system and method that drives microtransactions in multiplayer games. The patent outlines. All right, well, I read most of this. Pretty much, I was going to paraphrase it, but this quote is just so good. The system may match a more expert marquee player with a junior player to encourage the junior player to make game-related purchases of items used by the marquee player. As the newer player may wish to emulate that veteran player they just saw by purchasing the same weapon, gear, etc. they have acquired. The system also can also match players to encourage microtransactions in other ways by like putting them in a match that better suits the gun they just got from a loot box, let's say. So the person feels like, oh shit, my money was well spent. I'll spend more. Pretty much what this is doing is it's not doing anything yet, but what it can do if implemented is you just bought Black Ops 3. You didn't get any loot boxes yet. Some dude just got
I can stop you. Okay, I've been playing Call of Duty for fucking almost 10 years, right? When Advanced Warfare came out and they started adding weapons, there's a system. It might not be this system, obviously, but there's something similar to it. And Call of Duty players, YouTubers, everyone started noticing it. And they're like, oh, no, there's nothing with it. There's nothing. Like, there is something. Maybe not the same system that they got the trademark for. Yeah, but there is something. Because every time, let me give you an example. You could check on YouTube and all this stuff. If you're the top guy on the leaderboard from that lobby, 8 times out of 10, you're going to be placed with the bottom part of the lobby. So you could go fucking off, but the rest of the team fucking sucks.
No, well, that's balanced. That's good, though.
No, that's not balanced, dude.
The best guy going against the worst guy in the next round?
No, it's pretty much they're taking the top guy.
He's going to be on the team with the bad guys.
Yeah, with the bad guys. How the fuck is that balancing?
Wait, no, the good guys should be paired with the bad guy to bring the bad guys.
No, what it should be done, it'll be splitting fucking from like 2, 3, 5, 7, stuff like that. Splitting.
You're saying just pure randomization?
No, I'm saying like a system that it takes. If you got the from 1 to 16, right?
Yeah.
Take 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and split them odds and evens.
That's what I'm saying. You're saying
actually
separate the teams based on just.
That's not random because if you see the leaderboard, you see how each one is good.
I just don't.
Instead of just grabbing the top guy, put him in the bottom.
I see what you're saying. We're getting a little off topic though. I think that
it's on it, dude. And every time you get a good gun and you try it.
I'm saying about just with the loot drop.
No, yeah. Because Miguel, you're talking skill now, and I believe that yes,
I'm
should be based on skill and latency. That's it.
Yeah.
What this is going to factor in is people's access to weapons.
I was going to it, but you guys stopped.
Yeah. So this is pretty much going to say that someone without the gun from a box will be matched with someone who has the gun to essentially encourage them to buy that gun. Activision, of course, has said this is not in any game yet. I believe that it's not in any game yet because, first of all, it couldn't be put in because, you don't need the patent to put something in, but...
It might be a different algorithm, but there's got to be some type of version of the experimental version of this at least in Infinite Warfare or Modern Warfare Remastered.
Yeah,
there is something. There's something in Black Ops 3.
The exact same algorithm, but it's got to be some version because I get killed so often by DLC guns in Black Ops 3. Maybe it's just I'm a lapsed player and I didn't keep up with getting all the DLC guns or something, but I feel like 3 out of every 10 deaths are from a DLC gun, if not more.
The thing that sucks. Well, I'm a Master Prestige in Black Ops 3, right? And every time you're going against the better guns, DLC guns, there's like 2 or 3 that are like just hands down better. Every time you just keep dying. If you don't have that gun, you're usually going against someone that has it. And it's like, hey, there's what's it called? The MSMC. It's one of the guns that was on Black Ops 2. And they added it. And it's like every time you're getting killed with that gun. It's like, I know, we all know it's better. But I'm not going to waste money for it. It's like, hey, you want this gun? Go.
But you're the outlier. Like, us 3, we generally don't spend money on games. We're the outliers. Most people...
I don't spend money on the game neither.
That's what I'm saying. Like us three, we don't really spend money on games like that. But I think we're in the minority, whereas like plenty of people will be like, it's only $2, whatever. I'll buy it.
Oh, it's not $2.
We're in the majority. It's that the minority is spending the most.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
loot boxes seem to be having issues with games. Let's talk about another similar topic. EA has announced that Amy Hennig, director of Visceral Games' Star Wars title, will be refocused and developed by other EA studios while Visceral Game closes down. Do you have the name? Yes, it's EA Vancouver is now taking over. But quote, the games we want to play and spend time with, the experience this is by EA, the experiences we want to have in those games and the way we play, all those things are continually changing. Patrick Sunderland, president of EA, wrote of the decision to pivot the game's design. As a result of these changes, the game's originally planned fiscal year 2019 release date is no more. EA will announce a new time frame of the release in the future. As a result of this change, Visceral will be closing down, and EA is in the midst of shifting as many of the teams as possible to other projects and teams at EA. And if you read the full statement, pretty much it alludes to people are playing games differently now. This was originally supposed to be one thing, and now it's going to be something else. They don't exactly say what that is, but I mean, we knew it once was a single player focused game, and what else could it be now?
Yeah, so this sucks because it pretty much kills any hope of ever getting another Dead Space game.
I mean, I would say that that left when Glenn and Michael left.
Yeah. Okay.
Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey now working at Sledgehammer, now making a new world.
Yep. It sucks because I mean, Amy is a talent that should not be out of a job, and I mean, they're saying that they're discussing what she should do, but I don't.
Let me say this about Amy, because I just also read the Blood, Sweat, and Pixels chapter of Uncharted 4, and it seems like I honestly know very little. Of course, this is coming very not ignorant. Ignorance like negative. What's a word that you don't really know?
Well, no, you can mean ignorant in a a form.
Yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, whatever. I'm very naive on this, but it seems like from what I know that Amy is just difficult to work with. But after Uncharted 3, it seems because that's pretty much what happened with Uncharted 4. The whole studio having disagreements on where the story should go.
Like she wanted one thing and numerous.
Yeah, it seemed like she's very stubborn, and I could totally see the same thing happening again at Visceral, where they're having issues in the studio. Amy wants one thing, people are trying to work with it, but want to go somewhere else. EA comes in, hey, guys, up, and he's not that much development, not a full game yet. But those assets are now going to EA Vancouver, and it's going to be a different game. But
yeah, that's exactly what I said. They said they're pivoting the game. By pivoting, I'm sure they just mean we're taking the source code and we're taking the assets and we're going to turn it into something else.
You guys realized when the game was revealed, right? That they were working on it.
So what?
2013.
This isn't 1313, right?
No, I know. No, it's not. No, they stopped that.
2013 is when it was announced. Are you sure?
Yeah. That's when they got the license.
They announced
and
that.
They announced it. And they announced Battlefield, and then announced that Visceral was working on a.
But when they showed the clip of this game was 2 years ago, though, I think.
When they showed the game was at EA conference when they showed a computer.
They didn't show anything about this game. They said that they're gonna start working on this game.
They did show a video like a year or two ago, though.
Yeah, they did. I know, but that was before Amy got there, and I'm sure they had to change a little bit of the story or whatever. And what Jason said a couple of days ago too, that the game was having problems.
Yeah,
but you can't say if you're the top guy in EA, you can't say, "Oh, the game's having problems. We gotta close it." You gotta say, "Oh, we're gonna pivot to this because it's making more money because it's public."
What I'm guessing is that this game's gonna turn into like a game as a service type. Like
it is
the Division type bounty hunter game on Coruscant. That's what I'm gonna guess this thing's gonna be.
The thing is that how are you gonna pivot this game, whatever it's gonna become, if they're trying to do that to Anthem? Are they going to try to make a similar game?
It's weird.
That's my question.
Nathan W. Ulig from the Facebook group says, pack a lunch because I got a bit to say. So I'm a single-player campaign kind of gamer. The Uncharted and Fallouts, that's my jam. When I saw the Fortnite Battle Royale was free, I decided to give it a try and found it fairly entertaining. I was quite surprised as I never play multiplayer games. So with this new experience under my wing, I thought I'd check out Star Wars Battlefront 2's open beta and give it a whirl. I gotta say, I don't get it. I just don't see the appeal of trying to accomplish a simple objective with complete strangers while constantly dying every 2 minutes. Is there something I'm missing? Some aspect that makes it more enjoyable and fun to play that I need to try? So pretty much he's saying, like, why is there a kind of a preference of going to multiplayer games versus single player games? Because he is clearly a dude that only wants to play
single player games
in his own world. You don't have to worry about anything else. Now, I obviously this Visceral game is not being turned into a competitive shooter, which is what he's referring to with Battlefront. But it does sound like it's going to be some kind of connected online world. And so, I mean, what do you guys think? You think that? I don't want to say single-player games are going away. They're not going away, but they are changing. You know what I mean? Like, there are still the Horizons of the world. There's the Zeldas, all those. But they're becoming fewer and more far between. Because if you look at, like, I mean, Bethesda has put out 3 single-player games in the past year and a half, 2 years. They put out they've put out Doom, okay, I think.
The games we're talking about right now are literally
Dishonored. The Outsider didn't sell well at all. Prey didn't sell well at all. Evil Within supposedly is not selling good. We're going to have to wait and see on Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein, yep.
So Bethesda alone is just not doing – and it's not the quality of the games. All those games are reviewed fairly well to great, you know, in that range. I can't really think of many other single-player games off the top of my head. I mean, Cuphead, I guess. But that's kind of an arcade game.
Shadow of Mordor. We're playing them right now.
But Shadow of War is a connected online game, sort of. Like, it's still like it gives you issues if you're not connected to the internet. GT Sport, if you're not connected to the internet, you get
you
an arcade game. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, and I'm kind of going off what Nathan's saying, is like, why is there a push to go to online connectivity? You know what I mean?
First of all, because the connective games are making more money. That's why there's a push for loot boxes and having the game connected to the internet. Second, I could see the single-player games not going away, but transferring into what Hellblade is, a like 6 to 8 hour experience. They need for like $30, $40, you know, something like that. Because that game is fucking great, and it's 6-8 hours and you're playing it, $30 and you're done. You don't need to pack in a fucking multiplayer or something else in there.
Which honestly I'm okay with. I mean, I haven't played Hellblade. I do want to.
And the game sell well too. And they didn't have to spend. They didn't have to put so much money on it neither.
It was $30.
Yeah, it was $30.
Yeah,
30. The thing is, I think single player games to survive is they just need to have smaller budgets. You know, people are saying like, a game can't survive with no microtransactions. If the budget's $100 million, it's like, all right, well, let's figure out something.
Dead Space 2, which ties back into Visceral, didn't Dead Space 2 cost like $60 million just for marketing, something like that, something crazy like that? $4 million. So it's insane. You're absolutely right. They need to try and, I mean, you're not going to listen to us, but you're right. The budgets should be smaller, but at the same time, it's hard to have a smaller budget because you got to pay people, they got to eat. You know what I mean? So it's such a conundrum. And
well, I don't know. Don't be so
I'm not the one that has to
figure it out. You don't got to work on Lara Croft's hair. You don't have to work the pull a Kojima, spend half a fucking billion. Like, I don't know. There's ways around it.
Destiny 1 cost like $250 million or something.
Yeah, because most of it was advertising.
They paid Tony Hale like a shitload of money to write jokes. Or no, Tony Hale or David Cross.
And the jokes did not work.
And they didn't use any of the jokes. Actually, is what happened.
The wizard came from the moon.
But if you want to hear us talk more about microtransactions, loot boxes, and how those are affecting games, check out our what is the name? Is it just, we're calling it the PS Best Friends Debate? Do we have a name for it?
I think we're calling it the Rumble. PS Best Friends Rumble. It should be posting around the same time as this episode. If it's not already in your feed, it should be coming soon after. We're going to be doing a little show. It's going to be short form. We're going to be pitching Miguel and Jeffrey against each other. They may agree on a little bit, but it's going to be a little bit of a debate show. So keep an eye out for that. First episode should be posting soon, and it's going to be about microtransactions. So we'll get all into that.
Yeah. So if you're wondering why we're not having a more in-depth dive into that this week, it's going to be there. But now move on to the quick flash news segment, where first up we have Sony Interactive Entertainment Taiwan announced a Gran Turismo
this is great.
for PS4, which includes a real car and a higher price tag to match. As spotted by NeoGAF users, SIET has sold a GT Sport bundle for a whopping $46,000. The bundle, which has reportedly already been sold to a car collector, according to NeoGAF, also includes a copy of Gran Turismo Sport for PS4, a PS4 Pro, a PSVR bundle, a 4K HDR OLED Bravia TV, a Thrustmaster GT steering wheel controller in a Piga AP. I should have little stuff. And the car.
And the car.
And it's a Mazda
MX-5.
I was expecting it to be like, I mean, that's, MX-5s are nice, but I thought it was going to be something like actually like.
Actually, that Mazda is actually really fine. Really
40,000. Yeah, so that's this is cute. It's like Saints Row did a similar thing, but just because we brought up NeoGAF, let me also shout out news story to a degree. NeoGAF's kind of shut down more or less, getting DDoS attacked because the founder is getting sexual harassment allegations. That sucks. Not because he's getting attacked, but because now the website's down. I think he's a total douche, bad guy entirely, but he hasn't really been a part of the website for a while, so whatever.
I don't use GAF. I have nothing to say about GAF.
Same.
So
yeah, so I guess it's probably the last time I'm going to hear GAF talking about a story. Farewell. Next up, Sony Music announced Untie's first game will be Team Metal from developer Area 35. The story. Oh, sorry, I missed the first paragraph. A new game publishing label has been formed under Sony Music Entertainment Unties, with the intention of publishing games across not just Sony platforms, but others, including the Switch and PC as well. They announced Unties. Sony Music announced Unties' first game. Oh, Unties is the development or the publisher?
The publisher.
Oh, yeah. Unties. Okay, Sony Music Entertainment is now called Unties, or created.
Yeah, the name under that is Unties. Yeah.
And they are publishing Tiny Metal from developer Area 35, which is going to come to PS4, PC, and Switch on November 21st. It's a military-themed turn-based strategy game on the Unreal Engine. Supposedly looks like Advanced Wars, the
yeah.
Advanced game. This is cool. People think this is so crazy, but it's like Sony Interactive also published several games, or have several games on PC, the MMOs. I'm blanking on which ones, but
Paragon.
Interesting.
That's one of them.
Paragon's Epic.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think they just worked with them for. Yeah, it's Epic. I think they just partnered with them for the PS4 version of it.
One of the zombie games is H1Z1, whatever, or Daisy. One of them.
They were part of it. Yeah, it's H1Z1.
Is H1Z1 the PlayStation one? Or whatever. One of them.
No, Days one.
We don't know shit about PC.
One of them is.
Yeah, one of them.
But I don't think this is that crazy. It's weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on at PlayStation. But then again, I never know what the fuck's going on.
You gotta make money, dude.
That big a deal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal.
A new controller. Speaking of weird things PlayStation does, a new controller from Hori has officially been announced, a licensed mini wired gamepad for PlayStation 4 designed with younger gamers in mind. This controller is 40% smaller than the DualShock 4 and has a simple form factor with a flat design that makes it easy to fit into smaller hands, and it is at $30. It doesn't have a touchpad. It doesn't have a light bar. It doesn't have motion control. It doesn't look like the triggers are analog. But that's just.
I don't know, but it looks like a. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
It looks like
a
push the two Joy-Cons together.
Yep.
Yeah, Joy-Con. Yeah. This is cool. I hear people are like, yeah, not really for kids, but actually for like people with like
disabilities,
daughters, like handicapped people. Yeah. So that's really cool. More accessible now. Odd that it's wired. Like I feel like you give wired's not the greatest. They trip on it and shit. But I guess. We always had wired back in the day anyways. Yep. Square Enix announced via Twitter that the Final Fantasy XV's upcoming multiplayer expansion, previously dated for October 31st, will now be released sometime in early November, according to the publisher. The delay is, quote, due to final adjustments and to create the best possible experience. I like how it moved from the last day of October to early November. Like
this is the multiplayer they were going to try to release, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is.
PlayStation it's like the Monster Hunter type type DLC. So that's fine. I wasn't ready to play it right now anyways. I'm still playing.
Such a small delay and like
they're probably just tuning stuff up. It's fine. This is one of those things where like just release it when it's ready. If you release it fucked up, no one's gonna play, and then that's just release it when it's good.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. PlayStation collectible cards will return to PlayStation Experience in Anaheim, California on December 9th and 10th. This year's Series 3, will begin with card 77 and contain about 3 dozen all-new cards. The bronze trophy card will be included in the gift bag for every attendee, while other cards must be obtained by visiting various locations around the venue. I actually saw card 100 is Crash Bandicoot remastered.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool.
And you have something to show us.
The cards look like, check out our YouTube. I'm showing it to the camera now. Just search PS Best Friends and look at this week's episode. They're pretty much like these nice, like slightly glossy cards. I got this one from the E3 experience. They do in like all across during E3. I keep watching them, the E3 thing in movie theaters. I talked about it back in June. But yeah, nice cards. I only have one. I would love to have a full 100 set. I think that's really cool. Each one's like different. I think they've been doing this since like 14. Like I think there's a Destiny card. That's really cool if you're heading to PSX. Speaking of Destiny 2's most popular, I don't even know if it's most popular competitive multiplayer mode.
I mean, it is the competitive mode.
Yeah. So. Will be postponed for 2 weeks due to a glitch. The glitch is there's an emote that allows you to escape the geometry and glitch the map and whatever. It'd be an unlegit game.
So instead of fixing the emote,
they shut everything else down.
It's so dumb. Just let me get into the fucking Spire. You know what I mean?
Things. It's so ridiculous how, and this is the third time they did something like this. When it was the Nightfall, people glitched that, so they said, okay, it's last week's Nightfall this week.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they changed it. Yeah,
sorry, it's the same Nightfall again.
It was a fucking mess. I hope they change it soon.
They did a similar thing with the world's first for the Prestige, where it's like, oh, we couldn't fix it, but we made a system where whoever does glitch it will know they glitched it. Weird shit. But let's move on to the list of PlayStation games coming to every possible PlayStation platform as read by your best friends. No jingle this week.
No jingle. Nope.
For the new week of October 24th, 2017, get ready because this is a packed week. First up, we have Ayer, Memories of Old, coming to PS4 digital out 10/25. Assassin's Creed Origins, PS4 digital retail out 10/27, set in a mysterious ancient Egypt. Assassin's Creed Origins is a new beginning. Experience a new way to fight while exploring the Great Pyramids and hidden tombs across the country of ancient Egypt. I like how ancient Egypt is the name of a country. Deer Hunter Reloaded, PS4 digital retail. Fishing Master, PSVR digital. Wow, they beat the Final Fantasy fishing thing.
Are you going to get this?
I think this is the third VR fishing game. Fort Defense North Menace, PS4 digital. Hidden Agenda, PS4 digital retail. Blending the best elements of movies and games, this story-based adventure drops you into a tale rife with chilling moral dilemmas. This is another PlayLink game, like That's You. Looks very fucking cool. I wish it was free.
Yeah, what's the price? $20?
Probably something.
Probably something.
But it actually
good call.
And honestly, the type of game where if I ever am in a situation where like, 5 friends are over, 4 friends are over, whatever many people has, like I might buy it on the spot and like play it. Right there.
You would. You are the person that would do that.
I mean, it's hella interesting. Like I was at a friend's house and he had he just has Plus because like whatever like Call of Duty and shit. And I'm like, let's try this new game. And I went over his thing, went to his Plus games, and now that's when we played it. The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk, PS4 digital retail. Just Dance 2018, PS4 digital retail.
Pew, pew, pew.
This is also coming to, you ready for this? The Nintendo Wii.
Original Wii?
11 years after the launch of the Wii.
I mean, I think they keep selling better at the Wii for whatever reason.
This is the last game that's coming to the Wii pretty much. Knowledge is Power, PS4 digital retail, another PlayLink game. Little Nightmares Complete Edition, PS4 digital. PS4 retail. It's already out.
Retail.
Yep. 10/27. Mahjong Royal Towers, PS4 digital, out 10/25. The Mummy Demastered. PS4 digital. Powerful ancient evil has arisen and the war to save humanity has begun. The Mummy Demastered throws you into a 16-bit inspired battle against the undead in a 2D, non-linear, action-packed adventure.
Supposedly this game's actually decent, too, so we should check.
I like the idea of using the word demaster to explain a retro
Well,
game.
because it turns it into it too. Yeah.
Nightmare Boy, PS4 digital, out 1025. Knights of Azure 2, Bride of the New Moon, PS4 digital retail. Numantia, PS4 digital, out 1025. Rapella Fishing Pro Series, PS4 digital retail. These guys should make the VR one because these guys have been in the game since forever now. Wait, no. I feel like there has been many Rapella games, but wouldn't this have a year in that case? I don't know.
No idea.
Rugby 18, PS4 digital retail. SingStar's back with SingStar Celebration, PS4 retail. SingStar Celebration is a new addition to the PlayLink family, and as part of the range, you'll be able to turn your
That
compatible.
doesn't make sense, but
I don't know what that means. Your compatible smartphone into a personal pocket-sized microphone.
That's actually kind of cool that they integrated it with PlayLink. That's rad. I won't get it, but it's cool.
Yeah. I think Just Dance has the same thing. Oh no, it has the same thing where you could use your phone.
to like move. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the only control scheme for Just Dance. I don't know 100%, but I know there's an app. Slay Away Camp, the Butcher's. Oh, come on. Slay Away Camp, the Butcher's recut. Looking at this picture, it literally looks like the shit. If you ever seen any Jim Sterling video of like Steam Greenlight Trash, which is some dude tried making a Minecraft clone, put zombies in. Come on.
Like 7 Days to Die.
7 Days to Die is actually like physical. That's like printed. This is just like some dude did in Unity with reskinned assets. Stunt Kite Masters, PSVR digital at 1025. Enjoy a beautiful day at the sunny beach, savor a majestic view on a mountain peak, or feel the thrilling height of a skyscraper at night. That's interesting. Kite VR game. Speaking of That You, PS4 retail this week. We Sing Pop, PS4 digital retail. Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, PS4 digital retail at 1027. Fight the Nazis in iconic American locations. Equip an arsenal of badass guns and unleash new abilities to blast your way through legions of Nazis in this definitive first-person shooter. Odd use of the word definitive. And I just noticed Origins 2, right? Both games are coming out on Friday. Like
I don't.
They stopped giving a shit about the Tuesdays. And last but not least, Wari Midnight Shadows, PS4, PS Vita, digital. And there you have it. Two pretty big games. And
PlayLink games. If you count,
this is the
retail. That's what 3 or 4 PlayLink games coming this week.
This is the launch of like PlayLink, like that. Over the summer was like a soft launch. Yeah, like this is like PlayLink's initiative.
Okay.
And then I think there's some game about a plumber on another system, but I don't know about that.
God damn it.
It's a plumber-based game.
I'm curious to see how Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein sell when they're coming out in the same week and B, coming out the same week as Mario.
Yep.
So, well, we'll see. Probably not a good time to release both of those games, let alone either of them.
I mean, probably not good for Wolfenstein because I think AC will probably sell decent.
Yeah. I think it's going to sell a lot.
Wolfenstein and AC, I think, might be competing against each other more than I think Mario is, because you got to think about it, man. Mario's selling to what, 2 million people?
Just the Switch, yeah.
That's a good point.
Only Switch owners.
People like you are going to buy Mario and then also Wolfenstein or Mario and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
like Miguel was going to get Assassin's Creed Mario and you're going to get Wolfenstein and Mario.
So
we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it's cannibalizing sales, but we'll see.
We'll see MPD for this month when it posts next month. Although it is coming out end of the month, so we'll see. All right, now it's time for question of the week. Nathaniel Walker Hicks, congrats on the wedding, bro. With the potential of the JFK assassination files being released, they are going to be released now. What's your favorite conspiracy or twist in a game? Or your most interesting behind-the-scenes situation in games besides Konami? Let's just stick to in-game, because we can go on a whole tangent with behind-the-scenes stuff.
Twist, I gotta say BioShock. I actually played that 3? Yeah, look at my trophies. 3 or 2 years after it came out originally on Xbox, and wasn't spoiled. I had no idea. I'm not gonna spoil it now because I think we talked about this last episode, right? Spoilers in context. Where it's like there's still a possibility people not playing it.
We talked about it.
Yeah.
Off.
Yeah. Oh, we talked about it off air?
Yeah,
whatever.
You and I were texting about it.
Yeah, just because it's 10 years old doesn't mean I could go say, you're playing as a dolphin the whole time, you know? Like, I think there's still some context. But yeah, if you know it or you don't know it, the twist at the end of BioShock 1, I think that's one of the best ones. What about you guys?
Mine is Spec Ops: The Line.
Ooh, yes.
I didn't play it, so don't spoil it.
Oh,
Ooh.
dude,
That's a good one.
that game is underrated, dude.
That one I was kind of waiting because like everyone was like, "Oh, this game's not the game you think." So I was like kind of like hyping it up, but even when it got to it, I'm like, "Oh, nice,
Like, yep,
nice, I see what's
exactly.
happening."
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty fucked me up.
In what way?
There's a point in the final third of the game where you start to think you're having like a stroke because things are just going on.
Oh,
And
I
I'm
didn't
like,
know that
what
either
the
when I played
fuck
it.
is happening? Like, I mean, they do the type of thing like in the first game where like they mess with the physical controls of the game, stuff like that. But like that's just part of what I'm talking about. And I mean, I know that game's a million years old, so I probably could say it, but I won't. In case you haven't played Metal Gear Solid 2 yet, go fucking play Sons of Liberty. But yeah, that whole twist towards the end of the game, I was just like, this is, I don't know. And I had no idea that was going to happen either, because that's a game I played a little bit after the fact.
I played a decade after. I didn't know.
I played it on PS2, but I didn't play it like initially when it came out. And yeah, that game totally like melted my brain. I was like, what? This isn't even, what is this game about? And then the ending, I was like, and then actually the end of the game, one of the characters goes, what the hell? And then I'm like, what the fuck? So yeah, so Sons of Liberty was
the way it hit you with like that twist, and then even like there was commentary on the twist. I thought
that's what I'm saying. It was so fucking cool, but I was like, what the hell is going on?
But yeah, great discussion.
Yeah, so
best spoilers without spoiling. We did it.
Oh, do we want to talk? Do we want to just like throw in real quick before we move on to Trophy Room? Do we want to throw in like top Halloween games? This is gonna be, or is Halloween on Tuesday? Is Halloween on Tuesday? We'll do that next week's episode.
Next week, yeah. We'll do that next.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it for next episode.
But
stay tuned for our Halloween cast.
Ooh.
All right, Trophy Room, we go. What we got this week?
All right, let's see. Pretty much the main game, the trophy spot is for Call of Duty World War II.
So spoilers. Let's give it skip ahead 3 minutes.
Spoilers. That doesn't matter. It's the same shit as almost every year.
No, because some of them seem interesting. It seems like there's like teams also. 1 second. There was one trophy for
where in campaign, multiplayer, or zombies?
In campaign. But still keep talking.
All right. Well, there are 38 bronzes, 10 silvers, 2 gold, and 8 platinum on this game. There's a bunch of fucking bronzes. In my opinion.
4 unique groups of enemies to surrender. What does that mean? I think that is really interesting. That's a campaign trophy.
Yeah, I could see like you're going on the campaign and you either gotta kill them or like there's something that you're like, oh, you gotta surrender or something like that.
That sounds like an interesting game mechanic to like give you the option to either kill them or make them surrender, I guess. Maybe they'll come and play into the story. I'm not quite sure. Looks like D-Day is involved in this. As an Operation Cope. Battle of the Bulge is involved. Nice. Also, your whole squad has like ability. Like imagine like a single player battlefield. Like request Pearson to spot enemies 25 times. Request Turner to toss you ammo. Request Styles to toss you grenades. Request one guy to toss you first aid kit. All that good stuff. And then for the zombies, the map's going to be called Final Reich, which is interesting.
The Final Reich, yeah.
The Easter egg trophies are Retrieve the Artifact, called Fireworks, and Dark Reunion. In the Final Reich, Save Klaus. From what I hear, I think Klaus is like the mad scientist, like the Richtofen this time. Kind of whack that they're doing another Richtofen.
Or something there.
Yeah. In the prologue, Survive until Wave 20. Maybe that's kind of like what they did with Moon with the No Man's Land. Not quite sure. Build all variants of the Tesla gun. That's cool. That sounds like a weapon.
My opinion, fuck zombie trophies. Just because IWs were too fucking hard and I don't have the platinum for that game. I don't know how hard these gonna be, but just fuck them, dude.
I feel like the trophies for
so
zombies should
stupid.
be the same as trophies for
Like the
multiplayer, where it's
multiplayer.
like beat
Yep.
10, beat like 50 waves, and then
yes.
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna disagree. I like zombie trophies.
But you're a zombies
the
guy, though. For
minority,
people
though.
that just want to platinum the game, they want to play the story and then maybe dabble in multiplayer for like 20 minutes. For those
It's
people,
like-
it sucks. You would buy a Call of Duty game just for zombies. A lot of people aren't like that. A lot of people just want to either play the campaign or play the multiplayer.
Yeah,
For
like
people that want to platinum the game, it's a bitch.
look at the
Especially if you
online.
only have 4 people.
Yeah, look at the online trophies. It is just pretty much get 10 kills in an online.
Tell me they're simple because
Just-
then one of them's earned prestige 1, which probably takes
2
15,
weeks.
20 hours of gameplay.
No, it doesn't take 20 hours of
prestige?
gameplay, dude. It doesn't
For
take
someone that's
20
bad
hours.
at the game, it might take them like a month.
I guess so, but I
If
mean,
you're
come on.
mediocre play. I don't know the exact time, but I feel like.
But
10
it's still
minutes
like you're
of
still getting
You could
experience
prestige in
every
a
match.
couple
It's
hours.
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
about that. I think
a
that's
couple hours.
But
If you're getting some,
I think the amount of
I'm not that good.
zombies trophies.
Well, I
is
mean, I'm
how
sorry.
important
I'm decent at the
zombies
fucking
are
game.
in the game this time, or like how important they are throughout like Call of Duty. Like zombies is now third pillar.
The only thing that I don't like about the zombies is that you got to do all these specific things to just unlock. Like, I don't know how long it's going to take for the Tesla gun to unlock, like to get it. Or you got to do like 5, 6 separate fucking things to just get that. It's just
based
annoying.
on other
Like an IW, that's what you had to do to get one fucking trophy. It was
It
like,
depends.
fuck.
Yeah, it depends what type of gun the Tesla gun is modeling itself after. Is it going? Excuse me. Is it going to be like a dragon shield
Mhm.
on Grodd Crovey, or is it going to be like a buildable, like the jet gun on Transit?
You're talking about.
We'll see what zombies they model.
Yeah, because the she on Black Ops 3 was pretty easy, wasn't it?
you have to pretty much do the Easter egg on Grodd.
Yeah.
Get the upgraded dragon. Yeah, that's pretty much all the trophies, right? Anything else big?
Not really. Just on the campaign is just basic stuff. Like get all the collectibles.
Beat this mission on veteran.
They don't
Do a
they don't-
couple-
no, they took that out. It's now just I haven't realized in the past couple of Call of Duties, it's not. They used to have like it used to not give you trophies if you beat the missions on normal, if I'm correct. And it was every trophy was
every third or something, right? Like every third
It was
mission.
like better or something. I don't know. This time it's you get trophies for beating it on any difficulty, but then you get one trophy for beating the entire thing on difficulty.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. Different formatting than normal. But
All right. Yeah, now it is game time. We need to come up with a good name for this segment. If you have any ideas for the game segment of this podcast, because I'm going to start doing this every week. I've wanted to do it for a while, and I just keep forgetting to prep it. This is where I read a really bad description of a game, and the first person to correctly guess it gains a point. We're going to do 5 games. The first of 3 will win the game.
With
we're
multiple
gonna keep
choice
track.
or no?
No, I'm going to read the description, and you guys
And you
just
just gotta
guess
guess.
it. You just
God
guess.
damn
Yeah,
it.
whoever guesses it
All
first. Now, what I want to do is I want to keep a yearly score. So we're obviously starting in the 4th quarter of the year, so this is going to be kind of a truncated version. So we'll call this the trial run between now and the end of the year.
All right.
And then next year we'll do the full 12 months, and the winner at the end of the year isn't going to get anything because we don't have anything to give each other, but we'll do that. So let's get it started. It's going to be Jeffrey versus Miguel. And the first badly... What? I sounded like you were asking something. I don't know. All right. First badly described game. Grizzled killer escorts vulnerable girl through disorderly garden center.
These are PlayStation 4 games, right?
Bioshock?
Or just PlayStation?
They're PlayStation games. It might not be
Okay.
PS4.
Bioshock?
Nope.
Can
Say it
you
again?
repeat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grizzled killer escorts vulnerable girl through disorderly garden center. How is that Bioshock?
Last of
Oh,
Us?
okay. Now I got you. Yep, Last of Us.
Arcadia.
1
I was
point to
thinking.
Jeffrey.
You said Grizzly Bear?
Grizzly
Yeah.
killer.
Oh.
Grizzled killer.
Grizzled. Okay.
All right.
I
next-
was gonna say Day by Daylight or
Oh, yeah.
Dead by Daylight.
Actually, that's like an interesting way to think about that. Next one. A highly evolved Jawa tries to escape Tatooine, ends up on Hoth.
Star Wars Battlefront
Nope.
1. It's something with Star Wars.
It's not. No, it's not Star Wars. The joke is that the character looks like a Jawa.
Huh.
Highly evolved Jawa tries to escape Tatooine, ends up on Hoth.
Tries to escape Tatooine. Tatooine's a desert planet.
Yep.
Hoth is snow. What game would start off with snow, with desert, then snow?
You're on the right track.
What game? And who looks like a Jawa? Who has a hood in a video game?
Oh, is it a multiplayer game?
I don't know how to answer that.
Oh, I know what.
I don't know how to answer
what's
that.
the name of the fucking game?
Jawa.
Oh,
It's not Star Wars.
You're thinking too much about the Jawa part. It's just a joke.
what's the name of the fucking game?
It's so funny because I want it. All right. I need
Yeah,
to
you should be like, give us like a 30 seconds or a minute, and then
Yeah. All right. 10 seconds.
A minute's long, yeah.
What the fuck is the name of the game?
5 seconds.
Well, let's start with the desert.
Throw out a guess. One.
Enslaved.
Nope. Here we go. Throw out a guess.
Just say it because
The game would be
it.
Journey.
Oh,
Okay. I was
That's
thinking
why,
of
when you said is it multiplayer, I'm like, kind of.
stupid.
All right.
Bitch.
So it's still 1-0 to Jeffrey. Next one. Estranged son returns home after 3 years to kill his dad with sporting equipment.
With sporting equipment?
Strange son. Kills dad.
God of War?
Nope.
His dad.
You could guess as many times as you want.
Infamous.
Is that Rising?
Nope.
Fuck.
Repeat
it again?
Dad.
Estranged son returns home after 3 years to kill his dad with sporting equipment. Jeffrey, you're going to be really mad when you get this wrong.
Sporting equipment. With sporting equipment.
That's like a 20-second timer.
Actually, I'm sorry. This question's unfair.
Why?
Because I forgot Miguel hasn't played it.
Oh, huh.
Let me look at the question.
It's a spoiler. Oh, don't say it. Okay, pass.
It's not a spoiler.
Oh, it totally is. 100%.
Oh, come on. The game is fucking 10 years old.
We just argued that it's irrelevant.
Yeah, that's true.
If Miguel hasn't played it, don't say it. If you know it, you know it. I don't know.
All right, yeah. That's
the biggest spoiler. That's the end of the game.
That is okay. All right, that is like the spoiler of the game. Okay, so we're not going to answer that question. If you know that question, write in facebook.com/groups/psbestfriends. Next question: a team of tooled-up professionals exposes some rather lax security at the airport.
Modern Warfare 2.
Yep.
I was
2 points
thinking
to
the same thing too.
2 points to Jeffrey.
Like whatever.
Airport.
All right, last question because question 3 had to get scrapped. So pretty much.
That was a pass.
Okay, I need to look up at least one more then because Miguel needs to have a chance to catch up. All right, guy wakes from most hellish hangover ever, proceeds to punch everything in the face.
Wakes up from a hangover, punches things, uses fists. God of War? Is it Kratos?
Nope.
He's he punches things because we beat him up. Hotline Miami? No, that's not what happens.
No.
Uncharted?
Drunk
No.
guy.
Nope.
Wakes up and punches things.
Drunk. Punches things.
Single player game?
Punch
Yes.
out?
Single player game.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had an add-on to this question. I thought it might have given it away. Guy wakes from the most hellish hangover ever, proceeds to punch everything in the face, including a giant angry ball.
That doesn't fucking help.
It does, but you're just not thinking about it.
Rocket League. Portal. What ball? There was a game that had a ball once. What it was called? I think it was called.
No shit.
I think I might have thrown you more off with that, actually, now.
I don't know.
PS3 era? PS2 era? Help us a little bit, man. Because we...
All right, PS4.
A hangover ball? Say it
Don't
again?
think about
You're
the
thinking
ball.
too much
dude.
about the hangover part.
Wow, there's so many words. What part am I supposed to think about? There's so few words.
Just think. You wake up, you're really mad, you punch everything. You might shoot some stuff too.
Oh, okay. It still doesn't fucking help.
Fallout?
Nope.
Nah.
10 seconds.
What game would have you wake up?
Street Fighter?
Nope.
It's
It's not a fighter.
God damn it. Wolfenstein?
Nope, but close though. You're getting close.
Doom?
Yep.
Fuck!
Got it.
The
big giant fucking ball demon things. You punch him right in the mouth.
Oh, shut up.
And I said hellish. I said hellish.
Oh, okay.
Come on. All
I
right.
give that fucking
Last
point
one,
to
I added
Jeffrey.
another
God
one.
Damn it.
Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree.
Repeat it again because I was.
Irritating cousin drives man of peace relative to murderous crime spree. And I'll give you another hint just to speed it along because we're running late.
Metal Gear Solid Walker?
Nope. This is a PS3 game.
Okay.
Just to help you out.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yep.
Cousin Nico.
Jeffrey wins.
I never played
for
fucking
nothing.
GTA 4, so.
Oh, really? Damn.
No,
Yeah, I figured
I
you would.
like put it in there and I tried it for like 2 minutes and I'm like, I don't like the fucking how the car's physics works. I don't like the shooting, and I was like, I'm done.
All right. So our inaugural game week
I like
you
it.
should give me-
has ended with Jeffrey winning for nothing.
The description should be more detailed, and then it would be who says it faster, like who gets it.
Yeah.
And more broad also. You shouldn't have to know the ending
All right.
of the
Okay.
game to know.
Yeah. The that one I didn't realize that was. I'm so used to just knowing the story of that game that I don't even think about it as like
So what
a
is it?
spoiler anymore.
Word. No, don't say
We'll
it.
tell you afterwards.
Shit.
Do you really want to know? I'll tell you afterwards.
Yeah, probably never gonna play it, so it doesn't matter.
Don't forget.
It is a game recently you said you wanted to play though. All right. That has been PS Best Friends episode
Bioshock.
24 for the week of October 24th. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, email us at
It's Bioshock?
psbestfriendspod@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter
It is,
at
huh?
PSBF Podcast. You can also join in on the conversation, give us questions for the episode,
quit.
and ask to become a community guest on the show in our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/PSBestFriends. And where can people find you, Miguel, the Spoiler Master?
I'm the spoil master now, huh? Right,
Nice.
Anthony?
No, I think it changed. Honestly.
Shit. They can find me at PSN at DarkAngel1010 and at Twitter at AngelAlvarez10.
You can find me on PSN, Brawl96, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch, Mr. Brawl96.
And you can find me at PSN, the only X188, and on Twitter, I almost said Twitch, Twitter at Anthony Palm. Also, please don't forget to subscribe on iTunes, subscribe on YouTube so we can get a custom URL. We want to do more video stuff, but we need the support. So if you could help us out, it'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you again for listening in. This has been PS Best Friends episode 24, and you can catch our first debate show coming up right after this. We will see you next week.
Word up. But remember, if you want to watch the YouTube versions, if you want to see the video versions of every show, they are on the YouTube channel. So if you're ever thinking, I'm trying to get this on YouTube, it's on YouTube.
The most elegant way of advertising that. Thanks
You
for tuning in,
should've-
guys.
You should have said that we're going to put the Rumble Exchange show a week earlier on YouTube. And
That's a
then,
good point. Rumble
you
Exchange is
forgot.
going to be on YouTube first. So check it out there, and then it'll be on iTunes week after. Thank you. Have a great week.
Peace.